even if they're down 4 in the ninth. And hit the other way for a base hit. Wilson coming around. Butler will throw into second base as the run scores, and the Red Sox have tied it. Showing a bunt, got it down. Play at the plate, thrown away, and the run scores. White dives in. Chaos on the bases, safe at second and third. Here recently. Swinging a shot, line to right field. Butler backing up, and he makes the play. Tagging up Rogers, he is in. Sogard down to third, and the Red Sox have the lead. And a bullet by Willier. Poked, here comes Duran, racing for that, leaps, he can't get it, it's over his head, here comes the run. McNeil is in to score, and this game is tied 3-3. Duran could not quite reach it, and we are dead even.
Just to gear up and get it there.
Swinging a high fly ball back toward the wall. Duran is going to have to turn. It's going to be played off the wall to Rafaela. The run is in. The throw into second won't get him. With a 2-2. Swinging a liner into left field and backing up to make the play. McNeil will catch it and end the ball game. Almost got over his head. So the A's come to Boston facing the hottest team on the planet, and they take 2 out of 3. They win today 4-3.
Well, you win some, then some, you lose some, I guess. Welcome in to Boston's Enter the Chat. Travis Thomas here with the big dog himself. Nesson Joe Murray in the house. And Lucy Burge. Guys, you saw it there. Sox lose a series, snapping a 9-series win streak. 9 series straight for this team. They lose to the homeless A's, as Joe calls them. Just devastating. 4-3 yesterday. 617-582-CHAT. Get in here, talk with us. You can also hashtag NessonChat if you don't want to call and want to message us on social media. Thoughts on losing a series for once?
Also, I'll let, because I know Lucy's going to stay positive.
Yeah,
of course.
And I should say,
as she should.
Ladies first.
You could actually say they want. No.
I stepped in today because the team's been very good.
Yes.
And I'm not saying there's moral losses, because there's not.
No.
There's no such thing as a moral loss. But I do want to just put into perspective that 13-inning win the other night.
Yeah.
They laid it all on the line. They showed something that night. I think Chicago showed something that night. It was the game of the year. And, you know, as much as they came back on Friday night and Peyton Tolley had that amazing performance, guys.
Nasty.
Like 14 strikeouts on 85 pitches is unheard of.
Nasty.
And if they kept him in the game longer, he would have broke Roger Clemens' record. I fully admit that. So all those things happened, right?
Yep.
Saturday, you can't get the bats going.
Yeah.
You got nothing. And Jake Bennett, third time through the lineup. Then you come to Sunday, and they had it, Lucy. They had the game. It's kind of like the old days, you know, Whitlock in the 8th, Chapman in the 9th.
Yep.
But then a little bit of defensive miscues happen, and things start not going their way. And
you're being kind.
So yes, I am being kind.
You're being kind.
I think it all hit them yesterday. I think it was 1,000 degrees for how many days in a row?
Yeah, and it still is. It still is, not to mention.
Lucy is sweating
Stay hydrated, people.
Like Contreras is dealing with something.
Yes, a couple things, I think.
Masataka Yoshida's been ill for the last couple of days.
That's right.
They couldn't find a starter yesterday. They didn't know what to do. So it's like, I'm going to give them a pass for the weekend. That's why I wanted to start, Luz, because I want to give them a pass. There's no such things as moral losses. But you are as good as your next game.
Yeah.
As we always say, you're going to go on the road tonight, taking on a Toronto team. But some things didn't go their way yesterday.
Sure.
And I hope it's not something that shows their identity.
Sure.
Because they peak so well. Could those things pop up when the games really
I'm not going to
matter?
let you off the hook, Luz. I'm not trying to cut you off. I'm not going to let you off the hook for being kind. Okay, let's put some names on it. I see a lot of blame for Whitlock for yesterday's loss specifically. If Duran catches that ball, Joe, we're not having this conversation.
I know. I would think at some point, and this is not beating up on Jarren Duran, it's just the simple fact that those are plays I thought that you could make now.
Yes, me too.
I thought those are plays that maybe you have got enough time in left field that you can kind of find the right route on it. It was disappointing. Whitlock gives up a run. Chapman gives up a run.
And I'm not letting either one of them off the hook either. Like it was a team loss, right? It's everyone's fault. I'm just saying, if Durant catches that ball, we're probably not even in that position.
And for a guy who wants to really contribute and feels a little upset about his play, that's where he can help out. And I thought it was disappointing yesterday seeing that from him. He had a couple of chances with guys on base in this series as well, and somewhat struggled. I know he had the big home run the other night, but it's just when you need it, it kind of wasn't there for him.
Yes. Luce, your thoughts on who to blame for yesterday specifically, and also Joe said something I want your take on too, because I think he's right. And it kind of consistently goes back to this. When this team isn't soaring to the highest of levels, it's because the damn bats went cold again.
Sure.
And you know, it's kind of Jekyll and Hyde with this team. Granted, they're built, Lucy, for pitching and defense, and that's really the style in which they play. You still have to have some damn run support, some.
Totally. So I think Whitlock, sure, is someone to put this loss on, maybe, but just the team as a whole. Because in any opportunity with guys on base, to score, like any scoring that can happen helps you further on in the game. So I think the offense maybe is where to put the blame for this. But I came away from this series, from those losses, with no concerns about this team going forward, because we knew this was going to happen. You cannot win every game. You go on these hot streaks, and then the second you lose, and even just lose 2 in a row, which is not that many considering what they have done, everyone immediately is going to be like, oh, they're back down to earth. They are the team we thought they were. This was a fluke. No, we're beyond fluke. We're beyond just like, oh, it's random wins. This is now a good team. They have cemented themselves as a good team. It happens. Bad series happen, bad days happen, bad couple of games happen. What I saw on Friday night, I was at the game with, we did our segment a while ago about our top influential Bostonians. I was there with 2 of mine, Prosciutto Papi and Tommy Guarino.
Shout outs to the boys.
Yes,
boys.
Yes, we love them. And I saw an incredible performance from Peyton Tolley. We kept saying, oh, he's going to hit 8 strikeouts, and we kept raising it, 10, 11, 12. The guy's incredible. So no concerns there. Jaron Duran hit a home run in that game as well. So they can put it together. There are nights and days when they can put it together. And some days you just can't. And some days everything doesn't go right. And everything kind of falls apart. And then you pick it up the next day. As we have heard them say, you just flush it and you move on. And we're not seeing as many of those. If these start stacking up, sure. But remember the beginning of the season when it felt like every day they were saying at postgame, it was, oh, we just got to be better and we're just going to flush it tomorrow. Not a lot of that now because they are putting together wins. 2 losses in a row, I'm not concerned yet. No concerns from what I saw. It's just a couple of bad days.
Because you expected it.
Well, I just expected at some point you have to lose a game. Like you cannot win every game. Not to mention there seems to be an illness going around in the clubhouse. And Wilson Contreras was hit in the head by a pitch. So he's still recovering from that. Probably also has an illness on top of that. It's going to be fine, guys. It's going to be fine.
Everyone just...
It's going to be okay.
Ooh.
It's going to be okay. Everybody relax. We're not in panic territory yet.
But you see their holes, right, Lucy?
Yes.
Like,
sure.
Like the
but they're
holes,
not...
they have to hit home runs.
Sure.
If they don't hit home runs, what's been their record?
Right.
And with runners in scoring position, you got to be better. What are these numbers here? 143 in the series, the last 2 games. Or the last 2 games.
Against a team that can't hit.
And supposedly they can't pitch either.
It happens.
I'll agree with you, Lucy. I'm going with your, it was the weekend. It was a tough one.
It was hot outside.
Still is.
It was still as hot.
But
Canada, maybe not as hot.
But like you're playing Toronto now. Toronto knows you.
Yes.
Tonight's a favorable matchup against a pitcher that you should be able to hit.
This whole series, Joe, is.
Right.
I mean,
and I'll give you one more. This is okay. We're behind the weekend. We're all good on the weekend.
Yeah, we're good.
We're good.
Yes,
we're
we're
good. All right,
moving
good.
forward.
I hope you are
good? Are you good? 617-582-CHAT. If you want to talk about the weekend, go.
I hope you're good with the weekend because tonight, who's pitching, guys? It's Sonny Gray.
Yes.
Sonny.
And what do aces do?
They win.
They stop losing streaks,
Correct.
right?
Bingo.
And that's what I mean by this. He comes and pitches tonight on the road where they played better this year against an Eastern opponent.
Sure.
They get their bats back. maybe they're going to get somebody else back in the series, which gives them a little lift. He's there.
Oh, we could talk about that.
But I'm just win the game tonight with your ace of the staff going for a Cy Young award, and we're not even talking about this anymore.
Hey, to Joe's point, look, you're going to see, I'm looking at the pitching matchups now. You're going to see Cease. You're going to see Scherzer in this series. The Blue Jays should be cooked. Mathematically, they're still in the wild card, but they look pretty cooked.
Yeah, they won 6 out of the last 10, but
they're playing better, but
yeah.
they should, I'm using air quotes, should be cooked. If they're not, it's because Red Sox and others started falling down and gave them life. I don't believe that's going to happen. It's a division series. You got to have it. You have your ace going tonight, as Joe said. Captain Obvious has entered the chat here, Luce, but this is a really important series for the Red Sox.
Very important. I mean, at this point, every series is important going forward. We talked about how their schedule is a little bit easier, but this is very, very important for them, especially because of how the A's series went.
Right.
If they swept the A's, yeah, you'd have a little bit more room for, okay, a bad game here or there, but they really do have to pick it up here, especially because it's a divisional opponent and it's on the road, which is where they've played better a little bit. They picked it up at home a little bit, but this is an incredibly important series, especially to silence just any doubter out there, because of course anyone who is maybe a fan of the Yankees or is a player for the Yankees themselves,
Boo.
Cam Schlittler, is going to see this and say this is the beginning of their downfall and they're falling apart. It's not, and they're going to prove that in this series.
Okay, Joe, you sort of teased this, so I'm going to go here. Adley Rutschman's with the team this series in Toronto. We could see him as soon as tomorrow. Do you believe we will?
Yeah, yes, I do. I watched some of his game in Worcester over the weekend. Threw a dude out in second. He looks very good behind
Looks
the
like
plate.
Adley Rutschman.
Ready to go.
He looks like, as far as a catcher goes,
Yeah.
he's a weapon.
I like
All
it.
right.
This is very exciting.
And again, it was against Worcester, whatever. And then he had a hit down the line, a double, ran the bases fine, walked a couple of times. We've talked about it. I'm going to stress it again. Adley Rutschman just needs to be Adley Rutschman.
Yes.
Don't be the #1 pick with all the franchise pressure. You just need to be Adley Rutschman. Work with that pitching staff. Hit 5th in the lineup. Be a switch hitter on the road. Do what you do at home. Use the wall. So my expectations for him are just, again, be himself. But I think it's going to make things easier for Contreras, right? And like Wilyer Abreu was dealing with a shin thing this weekend. They wanted to give him a time off. The reason why Raffaello wasn't in the lineup, they like White playing some center field.
Yep.
So as they get going here a little bit, guys, and I know with Rutschman back, they play 16 games in a row. They're not going to have an off day.
Oh,
so
for a
like,
while,
as much as I think the schedule's light,
Yes.
it might not be light physically for them.
Exhaustion.
Yep.
So I am wondering, do they keep the third catcher to kind of keep this going a little bit?
Yeah.
And are they going to sacrifice a pitcher, which is why they had to go to an opener last night with Ranger Suarez, all this stuff.
Yeah.
So this is why I think there can be issues, but Adley Rutschman, no doubt about it, should add at least just something to the lineup, and the fact that they, right in that middle of that lineup, protection for other guys.
Well, Luce, this guy, because of all these games in a row, as Joe said, we're getting a look at Adley here. I mean, look, your next 7 roadies, you have 4 against Toronto, 3 in Pittsburgh against the Pirates. They stink too. So, I mean, listen, you need this kid. If you look at those 7 games, let's just have this conversation. You're getting Adley back at some point, hopefully sooner than later, right? What do you need to do in these next 7 games for you to feel good about it? 4 and 3?
You need to win 5 of them.
6. Okay.
5 of them is
right.
what I would say.
See, I think
5 and 2.
Yeah.
I think that they can go 5. Like, my whole thought is if they can just go 500 the rest of the year, they'll make it.
Yeah.
But when you play Baltimore, that Dylan Cease game is going to be tough. And
That Dylan
Sure.
Cease game is going to be
because
tough.
they beat them last week, and it could be revenge.
Well, also even tonight, Jameson Taillon's pitching, and some of the guys in this lineup haven't done so hot against him. Some of them have.
Yeah.
But he's not super easy.
Taillon and Gray, Sandoval and Cease, Tolley and Scherzer. I mean, yeah,
And
these are.
you should have an advantage in that totally matchup.
Should.
100%.
Like Scherzer is respect Hall of Fame
He's
name,
old as
all
hell.
that.
But on any
But
given
he's
night,
ancient.
he's
He
still
could have
Scherzer.
It
on
could
any
fall
given
apart.
night.
It could really go either way. So
could
I
go
think
either
it's,
way.
This is why tonight's the night.
This is the night.
Get your ace in there.
Yep.
If you do that, it's another thing. He uses the pitch com.
Yes.
So I don't know if maybe they don't want to put Rutschman in that situation. Maybe he's never
well,
worked with anybody.
I think Rutschman's maybe prepared to
Remember?
catch Sonny Gray because Sonny Gray would not stop talking
He was
to him.
mansplaining
He
to
was
him last week. But I wonder if that's why they want him to take a night off.
Yeah.
Maybe get with the team, see what he sees on the bench, do a workout today, maybe see how he does in the cage. And then he's ready to go probably versus Dylan Cease tomorrow.
Which is
It helps
still-
them in their lineup.
Welcome back, kid.
Yeah, I mean, that's still a little bit earlier than I think they were expecting. So this is good.
Yeah.
This is fantastic stuff.
And he might not play this series. I don't know that.
Right.
But I got the sense
Yeah.
they
He
want
looked
to
like-
get him back in the lineup.
I'm fine with the Dylan Cease start tomorrow, and I'll tell you why. You traded for this kid to get to the promised land.
Yes.
So I understand wanting to get back healthy. I understand all that. But as far as when you insert him into the lineup, I don't give a damn if it's Dylan Cease or the Yankees in the Bronx coming up. You have to get him in here because you brought him in to help get you over the hump, to help get you to where you want to be. So you can't give Adley any just layups here or softballs, pun intended. You got to get him in there regardless of who you're going against.
Yeah, exactly. And the sooner the better, like
The
you
sooner
said,
the
Trav,
better.
Because the one thing with Adley Rutschman arriving to this team and all of the guys that they acquired, there was a common theme in their some of their first comments where they said, "We know this team is good, and we are now happy
Yes.
to be on this side of things." Like Adley Rutschman came in and said, "I want to help continue what this team is doing."
Yeah.
And they were sold this team is offensively powerful and all this stuff. And so Adley Rutschman now gets to be part of it, and I think will fit pretty seamlessly into what this team is doing and will help them along the way.
Just for context, let me give you some of these teams that are fighting right now as we sit here for the last wild card spot. You're talking about a Texas Ranger team. Does anyone really trust them? They're at 500. The Tigers gave away their best pitcher. The Twins, the Guardians, and then the Orioles, who gave us their best catcher, right? So these teams behind the Red Sox, even, as we talk about these series coming up, I'm with Joe. I would be nervous if they're playing 500 ball. I need them to obviously play a little bit better. But my point is there's no one on your rear that's scaring you. You would need to choke this out. That's another reason I don't want to rush Adley unless he's 100%.
Right.
Because you do have some time here because none of the teams behind you really scare me in terms of getting hot. And oh boy, they have such and such healthy and they're getting this person back and that person back. I feel that way about the Yankees, who are ahead of the Red Sox right now. But those teams behind them, no one scares me. So take your time.
Yep.
Get Crochet healthy. Get Adley in this lineup when it's right. Try to get Roman back if you can. I do think time is on their side as long as they don't choke this away, guys. Don't
Yes.
get me wrong here.
No, this is true, Trav. They have built themselves some insurance
Yes.
in having the ability to allow Adley to take a little bit of extra time if
Yes,
he needs
if
it
needs
to
it.
return.
Yes.
Where it's not urgent because they have created this for themselves coming out of this hole. If they hadn't, different story. But they're in contention. So there is some urgency there, but not so much that they need to bring Adley Rutschman in immediately. If
Yeah,
it's not right.
I think it's tomorrow, but they don't have to rush it.
They don't have to rush.
You know,
Pun intended.
could they? Yeah, no.
They
no,
can
don't have
rush
to rush,
it.
man.
I was doing this thing called on nicknames for Adley Rutschman.
What'd you come up with?
Yeah.
Doing it?
Yeah.
Well, he talked about his dad. He called his dad to help him.
You're right.
And then someone posted Papa Roach.
That's right. Yeah, that's a good
I
one.
like that.
Well, that should be his dad's nickname.
And just started singing "Cut My Life." No, I'm kidding.
Two
Not gonna,
pieces.
I kind of like Who's Your Adley. I kind of like that one.
Yeah, I like
That's a
that
good one.
Well,
Who's your
I'll
Adley?
always take nicknames.
Yeah, I think
Lord knows
he
you give us
comes with
plenty
a
of them.
couple nicknames. I think Clutchman is one of them.
Oh, I like that.
Rooster is another one, but I
Yeah.
think Clutchman's a little bit better. Maybe
Yeah.
as we go along, we'll come up with some other ones.
Well, we can't have anything that was in Baltimore. So
Well,
anything
those are all
that
in
was with him,
Baltimore.
any nickname that was with him in Baltimore needs to stay there with the crab cakes. He can't come here and then we're calling him the same thing as them. We need an original piece.
Yeah, he needs
Right?
like some sort of Boston like
Let us know.
swagger
Call
to
us.
it.
Let us know.
Leave us a voicemail with all of your ideas.
Yes,
I want to know.
617-582-CHAT. You can also hashtag NESSandChat, send your ideas to us, and we will judge you for it,
Yes.
make fun of you if it stinks, or give you credit
We'll
if it's
boo
great.
you.
Or throw tomatoes. The only show that throws tomatoes at their callers.
We will.
617-582-CHAT. When we come back here on Boston has entered the chat, Adam Vinatieri, he got his Hall of Fame flowers over the weekend in Canton, but which will be the next Patriot inducted? And also, Adam Vinatieri was taking shots at teammates and the coach? Say what? We'll talk about it all next on Boston's Enter the Chat.